For the King 2 announced a Steam beta. For the King 2 has announced a pretty large Steam beta is coming very soon. Over the last 15 years or so, the gaming industry has gotten a lot more interested in allowing its fans the opportunity to be directly involved with how a game is made. A lot of games now look to the fans to tell them what kind of feedback they should implement and obtain data that can lead to a better game. Makes sense. Almost every major online game, I think that's supposed to be almost every major online game goes through this process. Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, tons of other big games all do public tests with their fans at one point or another. While some do it closer to launch to stress test servers, such as beta, the beta slam that will be happening for Diablo 4 next weekend. Some do it closer to launch to while some do it closer to launch to stress test servers, get feedback on smaller things. Some games like Dr. Disrespect's Deaddrop bring fans in at the earliest stages to allow them the chance to help build the game as long as you buy their NFTs. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Could we not like... What a bad example to use. I'm sorry, dude. So, ultimately, a beta, as far as I'm concerned, testing of a game by a developer is something that you want to allow people to come and get access to your game at whatever point you're trying to test that game, whether it be early or later in the development, wherever you feel like it needs to be tested and you need to get feedback. You want to get people in there and test that and give you feedback. Granted, not everybody that plays the game is going to give you feedback, and not everybody that gives you feedback is going to give you good critical feedback. But there is going to be some good stuff you get out of those testing phases. I am sorry, but doing stuff like what Midnight Society has done with deaddrop. Midnight Society is the developer behind deaddrop, Dr. Disrespect's development company, right? That said, anybody that buys one of our NFTs can get early access to the game. That's pretty gross, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of that. This whole Web3, blockchain, NFT, crypto-based gaming crap that's going on, it's died down a lot because I think a lot of people have finally realized how scummy it's been. That's a terrible thing. And there are so many other developers and games that could have been used as an example here. And I love how they didn't even point out the fact that you needed to buy an NFT to get a beta key for this game. All right. But that is exactly what this is. You needed to buy an NFT. There was a limited number of them to get beta keys to try this game out through its testing phases. And it's gross, dude. With all that said, For the King 2 is planned to launch sometime later this year and is hosting a beta on Steam starting May 10th at 10 a.m. PST and run until May 16th at 10 a.m. PST. The test is being used to gather community feedback and playtest data that can be implemented into the final version of the game. The beta will give players the chance to enjoy the first of 5 playable adventures in single player and multiplayer, as well as 6 character classes, with more planned for the final release. With For the King 2, we want to involve our community as much as we can, said Sterling Anderson, studio director at Iron Oak Games. This closed beta will help us understand how the game performs live with all the variables that come with a real-world player experience. We're expecting to uncover bugs and stability issues, as well as receive valuable player feedback to allow us to polish and buff the game. Can't wait to hear what the community will think about For the King 2. Yeah, For the King 1 was very popular. A lot of people liked it. It was a cool experience for people to get in there and do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yo, cool. Nice, Gothic. How you doing, friendo? It's good to see you. Happy Thursday. It's great to see a beta test being held seemingly a while before the final release. Seems like the team at Iron Oak Games really wants to build for the King 2 with fans in mind, and a beta this far out should really help with that. We'll also give fans a chance to form their own opinions on the game before dropping any money on it, which is great.